Hello and welcome to SKU Ninja plus White Spiders Keep Your Buyer Happy webinar. You can ask questions throughout the webinar. Please feel free. You can ask the questions in the Q&A tab, and that's in your menu bar at the bottom of the screen. So you can ask at any time during the webinar, but we will be answering the questions at the end. We are also recording this webinar. I don't know if you can see that, but we are recording the webinar, and so we will be sending out a link once we are finished here, and so you can have it on demand and watch it whenever you want. We also would like to say that this webinar is it's confidential. So we ask that you don't share anything from this webinar with outside organizations. All right, we got the formalities out of the way, and now it is time to introduce our fearless leader and presenter for today, Eric Howerton. And so, Eric Howerton.
Brooke, can you hear me?
Yes, you sound great.
Zoom is saying that they can't show my video because you have stopped me from being able to share my video. I don't know, but I mean, I did my hair today. I got a sweet backdrop going on. I even have studio lights on me. Hopefully we can get the video going. Because
yes, I will switch you over to host here in just a minute. But let me finish your wonderful introduction that our wonderful David Thomas wrote. And so I would also like to introduce myself. Hello, my name is Brooke McNeely. I'm the VP of Marketing here at SKU Ninja plus White Spider. And I'm going to introduce, it's my pleasure, to introduce Eric Howerton, your presenter today. Eric Howerton is the co-founder and chief growth officer of SKU Ninja plus White Spider. In his own words, Eric was doing e-commerce before it was cool. Eric has worked closely with the world's largest retailer for over 5 years, helping clients and partners win online through increased search and conversion. All right, Eric, I will hand it off to you.
Thank you, Brooke. I appreciate that marvelous introduction.
Yes.
So, hey, everybody, there I am.
There you are.
There I am.
You look great.
Hey, I just wanted to.
Great.
Yeah, thank you so much, because I got a professional microphone. I even have professional light coming on. So we're really ready to do this in the most professional way possible. So, yeah, absolutely. Hey, I just want to take a second and just thank everybody that's joined in today. I know you're busy. And I hope that you're healthy, your family's healthy, everything's going well. And I'm sure that we all have really great experience using Zoom. That's why I'm even more comfortable than ever before doing a webinar, because doing Zoom is just basically like taking a phone call these days. So we're going to have a good time with this, but we're also at the same time going to make sure that we learn a lot today. And what we wanted to start out with is just kind of give a quick little overview about SKU Ninja White Spider. I know most of you already know that because you are some of our wonderful subscribers, or that you have been in connection with us at some point in the past. So you know a little bit about our company, but it might be good just to kind of share a little bit about who we are, where we've been, and why it matters to you. We've been in business for over a decade now. We actually celebrated our 10-year anniversary in January of 2020. And of course, that's a wonderful accomplishment for any business. And so that's really great testament to how we really appreciate and hold true to our relationships with our customers and the market itself. We've never taken outside investment. We always like to mention that, because it means we work hard for our money, and we make sure that we keep that customer success at the top priority, because our success really depends on your success. And I think that you'll find in any engagement with us that we're really here to help. And we want to help you win and just have a good time while we're doing it. Next thing, we're headquartered in Northwest Arkansas, and the reason that's important is because we're about 15 minutes at the most from Walmart headquarters, Sam's Club headquarters as well. And over the past 10 years, we've been able to be closely connected to this community, understand what Walmart's initiatives are, talking with suppliers, and really understanding the suppliers' business and how to win more at Walmart and Sam's Club as well. During this entire time, we've been online search and conversion experts. As Brooke mentioned in the intro, we were doing e-com before e-com was cool. And it's been a wonderful journey. And most importantly, we have learned a lot during that tenure about what not to do as well as what to do. And I think that that's really important, especially as you embark in improving on your journey on really attracting that online shopper to increase search and increase conversion. And The next thing I want to talk about too is a little bit about our Plus Walmart relationship. So we've been a founding member of the Walmart Connected Content Partner, CCP program since 2015. That was when the program first started. We were in the very first meeting they held here at headquarters, and we've been a really strong partner with Walmart ever since. Part of that Connected Content Partner program is that we have Walmart APIs established and through SKU Ninja, and we're also connected to a lot of people at Walmart. And that's, of course, very important. Just like we're connecting today as people, we connect with Walmart on an ongoing basis. We got to have that people plus the technology side of the business in order to make things really work well. Next thing is that within the Connected Content Partner organization, we're really looked at with Walmart and partners with their search, rich media, quality scores, and style guides. Some of those which we'll be talking about today. And we also have on-site personnel at Walmart that sit there and work within the Walmart teams to assist with suppliers to be successful at Walmart. As we know, Walmart is the biggest retailer in the world. They have a lot of dynamics going on with their omni-channel. I mean, from my perspective, they are the biggest omni-channel retailer in the world. And so there's a lot of things that are crossing and highways that are and roads that are coming together. And so it really requires quite a bit of attention from suppliers, but also from your partners to be able to navigate that infrastructure. So what the title of this entire webinar is about is you getting challenged from your buyer. And of course, there's a lot of challenges that maybe merchants will ask of suppliers, or the challenges that merchants have themselves. But the one we're going to really focus on in today is they might be asking you as a supplier, improve your content quality score. Or they could be saying it in a way, improve your content on your product pages. Really, both of those are kind of the same thing. And this might be a new question for you as a supplier. They've actually been doing the content quality score for quite some time. But as we know, Walmart's a big organization, and it takes time for some of the objectives to kind of pass through all the correspondence to get out to all the suppliers that they have. And so you may be getting a little bit of more pressure here recently about improving your content quality score. The initiative is major, and it will continue on, and it's really just kind of the tip of the iceberg as to that continue to progress. As a matter of fact, back at the Supplier Growth Forum that was held here in Northwest Arkansas just a few months ago, Hardlines really passed through a big initiative of where they expected the content quality score to be 95% or greater, and within a certain amount of time. And so that's one testament to demonstrate that there are categories at Walmart that are really emphasizing this and putting that as a top line priority. But as we all know, and working with Walmart, that as one department does it, others soon follow, and it just brings in the success, and it becomes really just a regular form of business of working with Walmart. So let's talk about what is the Walmart Content Quality Score. So the Content Quality Score really measures and grades and monitors content at Walmart. When we say content, it's a very broad term, and it encompasses a lot of things. And I've given a few examples here. This is not the full comprehensive list, but ones that you probably recognize, which include your attributes, or you could say your data or your specifications. Things like weight and size and colors and variants and things of that nature are included within the attributes. The title of the product, the descriptions or key features in the product, the images that you have, rich media or expanded media, or rich content is sometimes known. Other types of rich content or rich media could be videos, feature sets, comparison tables, and things like that. We'll look at some of those later on. And then, of course, your shopper reviews and ratings, among other things. The reason why Walmart is measuring and grading and monitoring the content for their items within their entire catalog is the biggest thing is that it's being used by catalog algorithms at Walmart. So when we say algorithms, that's another broad term. So there are shopper-facing algorithms, which we're all used to. You go to walmart.com, you go in the search field as a shopper, you put in a search query. The algorithm, once that search query goes in, there's an algorithm behind the scenes, as we all know. This isn't new news to anybody, but it will return back results. But that algorithm goes through the entire catalog and tries to find a relevant product to return back in the search results. That's what we mean by shopper facing type of algorithm. But there's also internal Walmart algorithms that are Walmart facing that shoppers don't see, right? It's about Walmart's business. And Walmart is using algorithms to find and procure items for maybe seasonal events or trending events or whatever it might be, competitive circumstances. And so they're looking within their own internal algorithm. And you can be assured that the merchants and other teams within Walmart are looking within their own catalog, trying to find items that will satisfy some sort of shopper demand, whether that's in a geography, seasonal event, or something like that. And so not only is your content quality score very important for the shopper, but it's also very important for Walmart. And that's why you got to make sure that you have great content that is being given to Walmart. The other thing is that the Walmart content quality score is changing and is evolving. And it changes and evolves. The score actually itself, how it's weighted, what matters according to the weight, what all is in part of that. And it's due to shopper demands, right? Shoppers, for example, the keto diet, as we've heard about, diets is a good example because there's new things that come out. Well, I mean, you got to make sure that a certain product is assigned to that type of diet or that it has that. And that's might be really important as to why the quality score may change to reflect certain things that shoppers are wanting, and those shoppers are demanding that. The assortment growth. So as Walmart brings in more items into its entire catalog, there could be more changes that occur to the quality score. Competition, for example, like Amazon or Target or somebody like that, does some things to their kind of quality score or their algorithm changes that might in fact reflect back at Walmart. And then of course, as we know, technology, the good old smartphone, that is, as technology changes, we get augmented reality, virtual reality, any of those types of things that continue to evolve in the technological world. And that might require more attribution, or it might require additional types of content. I mean, for example, I don't know this for certain, but in virtual reality setting, if Walmart was to deploy something like that, there could be new needs for more assets from every single item that have certain type of graphics and specifications that they may need in that. And that could therefore one day influence that quality score because Walmart needs that for that item in order to deploy that type of technology because shoppers are demanding it. Hopefully that makes sense. And so why does the content quality score matter to shoppers, right? At the end of the day, we know Walmart's really hyper-focused, and they always have been, always will be, on why it matters to their customers or the shopper. The quality score matters to the shopper because it allows them, if a good quality score will allow a shopper to find products through the search algorithm at walmart.com or on the apps or wherever it might be that they're searching. It's also going to help the navigation structure at any of those properties for Walmart as well. And depending on the type of information you put in and assign to a specific product is going to influence the way that a shopper can click the hamburger menu or click in a category or whatever it might be in order to find relevant products according to that navigation. The other thing to it is shoppers, the greatest thing when we talk about shoppers, by the way, is that we're all shoppers, right? We can really subjectively understand this point. If you've ever gone into a retailer's website and you type in a search query and you see a bunch of results that come up and they're not relevant, that is very frustrating. You'll most likely click the back button and bounce out real quick. Second form of frustration is if the search results do come back, and it's like, oh, okay, that number one search result is relevant. So you click it and you go to the product detail page and you can't find any information about that product. And therefore you can't make a determination if it's relevant or not. That's also very frustrating. What happens, and we can all attest to this as shoppers, the first thing we'll do is click the back button. We'll go somewhere else. We'll go to a competitive website or we'll go to a competitive product and find the answers we're looking for. Because of our environment today with having all the information we want at our fingertips as shoppers, it is so convenient. All I got to do is ask Google. I just got to ask a robot. It will return back the results for me. It saves me tremendous amounts of time, typically very accurate. And so I, as a shopper, expect all those things to work perfectly and flawlessly for me. Right? Actually, all these conveniences make me very impatient as a shopper. And so that's what's going on. And if shoppers can't find what they're looking for, and then they can't determine if that product is relevant, it causes frustration. And if your item is involved in that, they may not ever remember that you had a bad quality score, but they're definitely not going to find you, or they won't buy from you. So that equals you not making sales, which in turn equals that the merchants aren't going to be really happy with you because you're not making sales at Walmart. The other thing shoppers are looking for is complete and accurate product information. Again, when they find that product page, it needs to be complete information. They want to be able to, a shopper doesn't want to build up additional tabs in a browser window on their desktop or on their mobile device and start to find, okay, you don't have the right product or complete product information at Walmart, but you certainly do at Amazon. They don't want to go toggle back and forth because they just want to buy at Walmart. They're not going to award you that luxury of their time as a shopper. And also, accuracy is a big deal. If they buy a product and the information wasn't accurate, like the size of the screen or whatever it might be, they get that product at their doorstep, or they go into the store and do a pickup, and they get that, and it's not exactly 35 inches, it's actually 30 inches because it was inaccurate on the product page. Very frustrating. It causes obviously returns, and those types of things, become damaging for your business at Walmart and with the shopper. The next question is, why does the content quality score matter to Walmart? Well, it helps shoppers, again, discover products online and in store. So this is a big deal. Walmart is omni-channel. Walmart is one Walmart. It's not just walmart.com. So when we think about the quality score, we need to think about Walmart. Internal catalog, Walmart facing, shopper facing catalog, all being done with these quality scores that affect the algorithm's ability to return the best results back to the shopper. So it helps that shopper discover products. It also helps shoppers make confident purchasing decisions, just like we just talked about returns and things like that, and also not backing out and going to other retailers. So it's really important for Walmart to make sure that every single product within its entire catalog has relevant information that is relevant to the shopper search queries. And when the shopper finds that product, that shopper is going to convert at that moment. And one of the biggest rules in online merchandising that we've learned for over a decade now, it is extremely expensive for any retailer and really any manufacturer supplier to get a new eyeball on your product. It's basic marketing 101, right? It's more expensive to get a new person introduced to your product than it is to retain existing customers. And so the point of that is once a shopper has found your product through a search or navigation, when they click on that product detail page, you really, really, really have to, as a supplier, make sure that they actually click that add to cart button, right? That is really, at the end of the day, the supplier's ultimate responsibility within this kind of merchandising deal. And that's why Walmart wants that content. They want just as much as you want as a supplier for that shopper to find your product and to add it to cart and convert and make the purchase. They're all on the same team with that. The next thing and why it matters to Walmart is it builds trust with shoppers. So if I'm a shopper, I go to Walmart, I'm able to search for a certain product. I'm able to look on the product page and it has all the images and pictures and videos and things that I need. I will most likely, as a shopper, return back to Walmart for my next purchases because it was such an easy thing and it was reliable. And so I trust Walmart's product pages to give me the right information and help me make my shopping experience faster and easier and more convenient. But if Walmart doesn't do that, guess where they go? Somewhere else. And Walmart doesn't want that. You certainly don't want that either. The final thing is that it matters to Walmart because it helps them beat competitors with convenience and trust. And so that's a really big deal, right? I mean, we know that Walmart is all about convenience. In the omni-channel world, convenience is more valuable to shoppers than currency itself. That's a quote from Doug, not a direct quote from Doug McMillon, but Doug McMillon has said that, CEO of Walmart. And it's very true. I mean, we talked about it as the technology for shoppers continues to evolve and become more just easy for the shopper. They have less tolerance of anyone wasting their time. It doesn't matter if it's Walmart. It doesn't matter if it's the gas station. It doesn't matter if it's Shake's frozen custard. It doesn't matter, right? People want things to happen fast. They expect it to happen. I mean, think about the last time you downloaded an app for your phone. If it doesn't work immediately, you don't have any patience for it. You will close that thing out, uninstall it, move on to somebody else. And so Walmart has to be very convenient for every shopper in every single channel in order to retain that customer. And they have to be better than all their competitors, better than Amazon, better than Target, better than everyone. And when they do that, they build the trust with the shopper. And so all these things do end up back to the content quality score as being one of the major things that are going to impact all this convenience and trust with the shopper. And you as a supplier can really be a champion in the catalog today by recognizing that and understanding that, and then providing that back to your merchant. And so that's really, when we ask, how do we make our merchant happy? That's how we make them happy. It allows merchants to have, so why it matters to merchants is it's a major initiative for Walmart omnichannel success, just like we talked about. It does improve the search algorithm results for the category and the catalog. It improves category and catalog experience for the shoppers we've been talking about. And the final thing about this that I really want to point out, because it's important for you as a supplier to know what your merchant is being faced with and being challenged with themselves at the world's largest retailer, right? They have a very overwhelming task to get the content quality score for their catalog or category across thousands of items for every product. If you're a supplier on this webinar today, and let's say you have 20 items and your content quality score is sitting at an 80% or lower, and your merchant says, hey, I need you to fix that. You know, we need to improve this content quality score. I need it all to be at 95%. And you have 20 items, I can promise you, as just put myself in your shoes as a supplier, and with our experience here at SKU Ninja, that's a task, right? I mean, it's like, okay, what does that mean? How do I do it? Did it actually happen? All these things, it just kind of adds to your list of things to do. And this can be challenging for you. It takes time, it takes resources, right? It's just a little bit distracting from what you probably would like to be doing, and understandably so. The same thing if we put ourselves as third parties and suppliers in the merchant shoes. Their catalog is usually 10,000, 20,000 products within the category. And so if I look at my overall, if I'm a merchant, I'm looking at my overall category, and I have 20,000 items across that, and my average content quality score is sitting around 80% or 85 or 60 or whatever it might be, it's not at 90, right? Then that, to me, as a category specialist, is very overwhelming. What we typically would see is a merchant would let every of the suppliers know, hey, we need you to fix this quality score. And that's about all they can really do. That's the most, honestly, that's about the most hand holding that they can afford, because they got to market the products, they got to procure products, they got to do logistics, same thing with a very big assortment. And so the content quality score, though it's very important and at a high priority, it's a very daunting task. And so that's right there in a nutshell, right? If we can really grasp that, understanding a supplier's client being Walmart, your customer, Walmart, understand that pain point that's coming from your merchant, and know that I, as a supplier, have the power and the ability to fix that. And then you know that you can leverage a partner like ourselves that can help expedite your work as a supplier, right? Save you time and resources, give you accuracy, give you the tools, and equip you with the processes and the ability and the technology to make those things happen, so that you can return back to that merchant and say, hey, you know what? I know that you got 20,000 items in your category, but my 20 items, all at 95%. I promise you, and we have seen it over and over again, merchants are very, very happy with their suppliers. So there you go. That's kind of your answer today. Don't leave yet, though, because we still got some more things I want to show you, right, that can kind of drill down in this and help you better understand how to make them happy. This is why you can make them happy. But why it matters to you as a supplier is your products become more discoverable, meaning that they will appear in search results for relevant keyword phrases that shoppers are typing in to the Walmart app, OGP, to Walmart.com, wherever it might be. They type in something, it's relevant to your product will be at least start appearing in those search results. So that's going to increase the traffic, the amount. When we say traffic, we mean the amount of people that actually click your link and go to your product detail page. So whereas before, if you weren't appearing in any of those results, and there was 5,000 people typing that in a month, you'd appear 0 times out of 5,000 queries each month, because you didn't have the proper information for the algorithm to understand where you're at. But you get yourself in there, you feed the algorithm, then you're going to appear in those results, and now you're exposed to 5,000 more people potentially. And the thing is I said feed the algorithm, and I really want to kind of stick on this real quick. One key thing to always remember to be successful with online merchandising: robots are hungry. Humans are hungry. We know that. We have to eat to survive. Same thing about the robot or the algorithm or the search engine, right? Just think about it being a little, robot monster. I'm sure Roger on my team or our head of technology would appreciate this, but the robot is hungry. It's got a tummy. It wants foodie, right? And so you supply the robot with food, and that food that you supply the robot with is simply content. Robots want content. Robots and algorithms will do wonderful jobs to serve back convenience to the shoppers. It'll help everyone, and everybody on this webinar can testify how technology has helped them improve their lives, save them time, and things like that. Robots don't create content. And if they do, you can kind of tell, right? Let's be honest with it. Now, obviously that will continue to get faster and better to where they can, AI and all of this other, machine learning. That's a different conversation. But even beyond the time, there has to be somebody that has to create that content that robot is looking for. And so you as a supplier, you can actually do that. The second point is your products are more relevant, right, to the shopper. They increase the conversion. So like we talked about before, you appear higher in search. Then when they get to your product page, you can tell your item story and really give that shopper all the information that they need through rich media, pictures, descriptions, content, etc. And that's going to increase your conversion, because what happens is when we talk about conversion, by the way, we're talking about the conversion in online merchandising, and where I find your product page and then I add your product to my cart as a shopper. That's the conversion we're talking about. We're not talking about once it's in the add to cart, do they actually put in a credit card or do they go pick it up or whatever they might do. That's a different type of conversion. When we say conversion, it's really important to understand you have the click from the search result, right? That's a traffic, comes to your PDP, and then they add to cart because they read your product and they felt so confident that that product is exactly what they need. They click add to cart. What you don't want shoppers to do is click the back button. You don't want them to scroll down, and you don't want them to see other shoppers like this. You don't want them to see that as a supplier. Walmart will, right? A retailer will, because they want the shopper to have all the ability to purchase whatever they want. But you as a supplier, you want to catch them before they scroll down to that portion, right? You really want to immediately, within a 3-second window, that shopper's like, man, I like this product. That's what I need. And they might be able to just go do two things. They go look at the price, they look at pictures, and that's enough confidence they need. Some shoppers want to see more. They want to see recipes. They may want to see videos. They may want to see comparison tables. You have to, and more content, the better, right? And let me speak to that real quick. And by the way, I do go off on the rails sometimes, but it's okay. I've tried for 10 years to not do that, but I'm still doing it. But there's often this question is content too much? When is content too much content? And the answer, in my experience in digital merchandising for a long time, there's no such thing as too much content, right? There is a such thing as irrelevant content. So if you are just kind of, going off a tangent like I am doing right now, might be irrelevant content. And so it distracts you and you just kind of want to bounce out and leave. But if I'm giving you really good content right now in this webinar, you'll stick around because you want to absorb more. You want to learn more. That's the same thing with your shoppers are doing when they're trying to find a product, and your product is delivering this content and it's answering all these different questions that they may have and providing the information. That's good, relevant content. And there can't be enough of good, relevant content, as we've seen in all media. So the final thing is, makes your buyer happy as a supplier. It allows you to check that off. It's a big task. We talked about the overwhelming part. That allows you as a supplier to discuss with your merchant strategy and things of that nature. So let's take a quick tour, right? And so let me jump over here to my Chrome. And the first thing I'm going to do is go to walmart.com, and let's say that I am opening up my pools. I've opened up my pool. Memorial Day's weekend's coming up. I need to make sure I have my pool shock ready. and I need to go buy it. So I type this in, swimming pool shock, hit enter, and here's what happens. It returns back a list of products, and this is what we call search rank. This is where really the magic starts happening. And if whatever products are appearing really in these search results are the first ones I'm going to click on, this very search result right here, HTH Super Shock, is going to get the most clicks. And this is called organic results, right? No one's paying for this, at least for this one. You'll see typically in here that it'll say sponsored product if it is one that's being purchased for that particular keyword phrase. But this right here is very important. So what's happened with this customer is that they have appeared in a search term that is very relevant for the product. Swimming pool shock. Yes, this is HTH Super Shock, right? And so this is very relevant, and it makes sense to the shopper. So I click that. Now the next thing and so by the way, the point of that is your content quality score is going to affect the way that your products are going to appear in certain search queries, like swimming pool for shock. If I didn't have shock anywhere within my content for the content quality score, I'm most likely not going to be able to appear for certain keyword phrases like that. Now, when we get into the product detail page, we come in and we talked about earlier what all things affect the product quality, the content quality score. Walmart, well, we discussed attributes, which attributes you can't see a lot of them in here. It's a back end thing at Walmart. It's during your item setup. There's a whole lot of different things that are going on with attributes. Won't go into that detail too much, but it does, your attributes play a part. Your product title, which is this, that is your product title. That plays a part. There's also, we talked about shopper reviews. So 166 reviews matters to the content quality score. Other things that matter are images. How many images do you have? It matters. It counts those. The content quality score is counting all these different things, and it's giving you an assignment to it and a weight to all the different things as well. The other thing is that it also looks at your description. So about this item, this is where you find the description, and you can also find key features within this section as well, to where the content quality score is looking at those things. And then it starts looking at the amount of rich media that you might have. So rich media, including comparison charts, which this is what this is. It also has feature sets. It'll say, does it have a feature set? Yes, it does. Here's images, here's some more content and about this particular product. And so all those things really matter to the content quality score. And so depending on how much of those things that you have, how many characters you might have, how many, there's a lot of different things that are affecting that content quality score that are living on the product detail page and that you can influence in order to make sure that you're being found and that you're converting shoppers within the search. And so let's go on to SKU Ninja, and I'm going to show you real quick about within our demo the Walmart Search Boost tool and how that can help you with your content quality score. So you might have had a merchant send you a quality score in the past. Great. But the problem that often we see suppliers come against, and merchants too, is that there's not enough information maybe for the supplier to try to go and fix. Even when they make attempts to fix it, there's not enough feedback going on, and nobody can really get to it to understand exactly what I need to do to fix it, and if it got fixed, and what was my original score, where's my current score. And so that's really what we solve with the Walmart Search Boost tool within SKU Ninja. A lot of you on this webinar are subscribers today. You might be subscribing to just our rich media section or our content management. The Search Boost is available within our elite subscription at SKU Ninja. It's very much worth to subscribe to this to not only see what your quality score is, but to fix it, and then most importantly, to monitor it. Because you remember in that one slide earlier, I talked about that the quality score is an evolution. It will change. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You don't want to fix it, and then 2 or 3 months later, or a month later, or even a week, it changes and you're not aware of it, and then you get a knock on the door from the merchant. The goal as a great supplier within this particular space is to have a 95% higher content quality score, and you have it at all times. And you can kind of keep tooting that horn basically to your merchant ever on with if you're subscribed to SKU Ninja Walmart Search Boost. And so in here, in the Search Boost tool, you're able to select different categories that are according to your catalog. So this would be after you upload your item list. You'll be able to define different, organized by different categories. You can also select certain brands. We got 3 brands in this demo right here. Or you can select certain actual products or items within your catalog and be able to sort and populate right below. The other thing you can do, which is really kind of neat and used by a lot of suppliers, is they can literally click the brands and it'll organize it by the brands in chronological order. Same thing with item names, the item IDs. And one thing that I do see, and that we actually use for our subscribers, and our subscribers use a lot, is organizing by the actual score, the original score. And so you can see what was my lowest score and then what is my current score today. Now, with this being a demo, we're not showing, there's been no work done to this, so the current score has not been increased. I'll show you a couple of case studies here in a minute to where you can see the difference there. But you can also select and organize by the, or sort by the current score too. Folks, I'll tell you, in our experience with working with a lot of suppliers, especially if you have 20, 50 items within your catalog and you are the e-com manager, so to speak, and you work with Walmart, the quality score is very important, right? Because the merchants are asking not only that manager, but they're also asking national account managers and things like that to improve your quality score. This is an excellent way. We get this used all the time to export this or do a screenshot to not only show superiors within the organization that, hey, we are fixing issues that are going on at Walmart, but it's also, you can send it over to your merchant and there's evidence. You have data that proves the hard work that you've been doing within the catalog. And I can promise you that everybody really smiles big whenever they have a 76 and it turns into a 95. It demonstrates with data that you've been really doing well. So what happens when after you upload your item list, your items will populate. It will show the original score where you're at today. It'll give you all this information. And let's say that this was 76. I could actually, as a subscriber, click on this item right here, and it's going to expand out, and it's going to show me what my top issues are with that particular product. So in this particular case, the product description should be at least 155 words. My product only has 40 words, right? Another issue would be the key features should be at least 105 words, but mine only have 26 words. Obviously, we can see that there's a pretty big difference there. The third thing that it mentions is there are hidden back-end issues impacting your score. That's very true. So that's something that suppliers a lot of times are not aware of, and there's not really a way for them to fix it. But fortunately, if you do use SKU Ninja, we have those people on site. We can go in the back end and we can actually help you fix those things, which will improve your content quality score. So the goal of the supplier is to come in here, click on these items, see what their top issues are, and start fixing them. The good news too is if you are subscribed to our content management system, which most likely you would be if you are a SKU Ninja Elite subscriber, you can literally click on right here and go in and clicks on the CMS, takes you directly to that product, and I can immediately start typing in more words into my description, hit submit, publish, and I've just kind of fixed that. It's one check mark that I got off. On the hidden back-end issues impacting my score, I can click there, and it'll actually pull up a dialog box where I can select, yes, allow White Spider, I approve them to go fix this back-end issues. Only do it for this product, or hey, you know what? Do it for all of my products. You authorize that. It sends a message to our internal team. Our folks at Walmart go in and fix that, and all is hunky-dory and fine and well. Now, as we mentioned, there's a lot of other things that are going to be impacting your quality score. And what we've done is we've really organized this according to the item, so you can really focus in on each item. Just start, a lot of times we have suppliers, if they got a lot of products, they will sort this in the beginning to the most important products they have, and they'll start knocking off those the hero items they have at Walmart, because you want to make sure that those are being found. You want to make sure that shoppers are converting on those, and you want to make sure that your merchant knows that you are giving this attention to these big hero items that you might have in your catalog at Walmart. But what it does allow you to do is that you can hyper focus in on each one of these products, discover what the issues are, and fix the problems. And so one of the other things that this one mentions is adding customers to add customer reviews to this product. And you can fill out a form right here, and we'll actually reach out to one of our partners to help you fix those reviews and ratings on your products as well. And so we're trying to, we really want to make this a kind of a one-stop area to really just fix that quality score. And it helps you expedite your work. It also proves your work that you've done. And, one of the other great things about this, and we mentioned before, since the quality score is an evolving process. I mean, that's the one thing we can say for certain, right? Change is the one thing that's certain. This will change. And so what you'd want to do is you want to come into this at least every week, if not more often. And, as you're working on this, and pay attention to, is your score being affected? And we at SKU Ninja update this once a week, usually every Monday. And so your current score will be reflected, and then we'll keep your original score there. And you just kind of keep watching these current scores and making sure that nothing's dropping. And because there could have been a change on Walmart's side that would have affected your items. And a supplier that's very keen to that, that's how you make your buyer happy. They don't have to ask you to fix anything. They look at their catalog, and here you are, a champion supplier, which you would be, especially today and probably the next year for sure, be one of the few that are like really on top of this and making sure that you're at 95% or greater. So I'm going to skip back over now to the back to the presentation, and I want to show you a couple of case studies that we've had that have proven very successful for our customers. So we have the first success story I have is we have one supplier that has 2 brands, 28 items within their entire catalog. And within a 5-week period, this is what they're able to do. The first brand brand 1 had 7 items. Their average score pre-boost, meaning before they got into Walmart Search Boost, into our tool, was 65%. So they had an average score of 65% across 7 items. After they used SKU Ninja Search Boost, within the 5-week period, they had 93% on average. Their median, 67% pre-boost, 94% after. On brand 2 with 21 items, you see over here on the right side, their average was 87% before the boost, using Walmart Search Boost and SKU Ninja. And then it became 95% quality score on average after using Search Boost. The median was 89. The quality score afterwards was 95%. I can testify that the merchants were extremely happy. I can also testify that the presidents and CEOs and all the executive team are very, very happy with this performance from their team at this particular customer. A second success story that I have for you is we have one supplier that has 7 brands with 21 items in their entire catalog. And then within a 5-week period, you can see that product 1 had an 80% pre-boost quality score. It then became a 97. You can see, and I'll let you read for yourself, but you can see that there was great improvement on some, and there was notches on others. I mean, you always want to just keep, it's just a constant race. You want to have a higher quality score. If you have a higher quality score than your competitor, you're most likely going to be showing up in more results. You're most likely going to be converting more customers. You're most likely making your buyer happy, right? It makes a lot of sense. The other thing that we've noticed with this one, that the average daily traffic for that particular set of items, at least these top 5, right? The traffic was increased. And so that's more data that's proving and showing to us that the score will impact your traffic. And you can see there's been a tremendous amount of results right here. And so what we'd like to offer you on this webinar, you may already be subscribed to Search Boost, and so you can kind of disregard this. But if you are not subscribed to Walmart Search Boost or SKU Ninja Elite, shoot us an email at info@whitespider.com. Give us an item list. We'll actually we'll run a free assessment, free Walmart content quality score assessment, and we'll give you a login so you can go view that. And then if you want to subscribe to fix and monitor those content quality scores, of course, we would love to have you into our family. On the free assessment, just want to make sure one thing: it doesn't give you the top issues, it doesn't give you the recommendations, but it does give you the actual score. So this would be, it's a really good way to kind of know where you sit, and assess where you are with your quality score. And then, but once you do subscribe, we'll give you everything that I gave you a tour on today. And so I'm going to now turn it over to Brooke and team. I know that we're probably going to have some questions coming in. Please ask whatever questions you have. We'll answer until the end of this time period. We'll also, if any questions that you might throw in that we weren't able to get to, we're going to hold on to. We'll be able to know it was you. We'll shoot you a quick email with an answer, in the next 24 hours or so. But really appreciate your time and attention. And thank you so much for listening to me talk today.
All right. Thank you, Eric. That was wonderful. I want to commend you on finding a way to put the word foodie into a webinar. That was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm a pro. Told you I was professional.
That was awesome. And it sounded very professional. So good job. I also wanted to show, kind of say thank you guys for coming, and let's get to the questions. So what is the difference between SKU Ninja's Walmart search boost and the quality scores that suppliers get from their merchants?
What's the difference between the scores? There's not a difference between the scores. It's really a difference in the delivery, the information you can receive, what are the issues exactly, how do you fix them, and then once they are fixed, did they get reflected within the content quality score? It's really about speed and convenience, right? I mean, what we have seen, I kind of mentioned it during the webinar, is we've seen, with merchants having this daunting task. I mean, literally it is across thousands, 20,000s of items. They may be able to send you a quality score, but that's about all they can really do at that time. I mean, it'd be about all I could do as well. And so being able to provide that feedback, right, and having a partner to assist you to make sure you get that up is really important as a supplier, and so that you can you can have questions answered, and you can use a tool that is organized and accurate, and it has a team of support to help ensure that your quality scores are getting up.
Awesome. All right. And there's another question.
Yeah.
How often do internal Walmart algorithms change?
I mean, there's not really a set amount. I mean, as far as the frequency goes, and who's pulling those levers. I mean, the algorithm isn't necessarily controlled by one person, right? I mean, there's teams, there's all kinds of different ways that it's being affected, and they have their own timelines, they have their own needs for it. And so it could be occurring, I mean, constantly. I really don't know the exact answer, but I do know that it's not infrequently.
Awesome. All right. With Supplier Center, once a buyer goes into the Walmart system and edits any kind of the content or attributes on an item, the attribute is no longer editable by the vendor within Supplier Center. Will suppliers have the same issues when using SKU Ninja?
That's a great question. And I know that we just recently kind of enhanced our attribute portion within SKU Ninja, within our basic content management system. As far as that specific question, I mean, we'll just have to get back with you on that. And if it's, if it's not something we're doing today, it might be on our roadmap, and, we'll be happy to discuss it with you. And I honestly would love to hear, if we're not doing it, then I'd love to hear more about that problem, because that's why we have our tool, right? We built our tool based off these questions, and it's just kind of grown into this beautiful, beautiful creature called SKU Ninja, right?
We do. We love it. We love our little ninja. And okay, so one of the other questions is, have we had any failures? And if so, why did it fail?
Failures to what?
I guess Walmart Search Boost? I don't think SKU Ninja fails ever.
Never. And I was going to say, like, I have a lot of personal ones, but I'm just
kidding. I think it was in reference to that success story you shared.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, David. Appreciate you keeping us on point. So, I mean, absolutely. I think that the failures, not with really in our tool, but I would say there have been failures that I've seen within just the content quality score with the supplier and the attention given to that. There's been a few cases to where the merchants reached out, fix a content quality score, please. Supplier, engage with us. Didn't really put it as a top priority on the supplier side. Kind of didn't do anything for 3 months, and then it started getting hit pretty hard and heavy again. And then it became a very desperate thing, right? And so in that specific point, in working with that supplier, I mean, there were some missed opportunities The competitors were able to increase their score. They were really became from, you know, hey, we're equal players as competitive set right now, to becoming a last place competitor, which really, I mean, if you're a merchant and I'm trying to engage with you as a supplier to talk strategically and about other things, but there's this conversation and this issue of a quality score that's affecting my algorithm. It's affecting the way shoppers can find your products. It's affecting me as a merchant, because my superiors are asking me to fix my catalog's content quality score, and I got 20,000 items and I'm talking to you and you're a supplier and you're wanting to talk about strategy, but yet you're sitting there with this 80% content quality score and I'm getting hammered by it. I'm probably not going to be talking about strategy much with you. It's like, please get your content quality score and we can discuss things. That's a very fundamental thing. And so it could, in this particular case, the failure part, it did damage a little bit of the relationship. At least it distracted the relationship with the merchant. It did not, it put them behind the competitive set, and no one really knows how many dollars they lost in traffic they lost, new eyeballs they lost within Walmart, because they weren't showing up for certain keywords, or for navigation, and those shoppers weren't getting the right information.
All right. Thank you very much. Well said. Again, we are gonna. This is it. I guess with the last couple minutes that we have in this webinar, we put together a little poll, and we would appreciate it if you guys would answer these questions real quick. So I'm gonna launch it, and please answer the questions that are on the poll.
Okay. Brooke,
Yeah, let it do things. That could be fun.
it was awfully commanding.
Do, do, do.
You should have had some music during this, Brooke. This
I
is
need to
awkward.
get this. Yeah, the next time
So-
I'm gonna have music ready.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
it is going to be awesome. I know.
I can say that everybody that is answering the last question in the poll is saying that, Eric, yes, you need to do the next webinar in your captain's hat. So.
Perfect. No problem. Just want to have feedback from our audience. You know, that's what
you guys
important.
making sure you're getting all the way to the bottom. All right.
And make sure, Brooke, you're not skewing the number of true.
I'm here. I'm just answering it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eric, 100% of the people wanted it, and no one wanted it, but you did, so you skewed it.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you all. All right. And that concludes our webinar. Thank you all for coming. Awesome. And stay tuned. We'll be sending a follow-up email with information on how to see it on demand. And again, we ask you, this is confidential, so please don't share it outside of your organization. And thank you. We'll be talking to you soon.
Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful day. Happy Memorial Day weekend.